Halo Alipers, balik lagi sama gua Cahud ID buat ngereaksiin aksi Alip Bata. Di video kali ini, para pengamat musik dari luar negeri lagi ngebedah cover Turkish Mark versi Alip Bata. Penasaran seberapa gilanya? Langsung aja kita cek bareng-bareng.
And welcome back to this new Alip Bata reaction video. It's like clockwork for this guy. He's sitting there. Like looking over his shoulder, and he's not even looking.
Let me just stop for a minute because I'm not sure if some people understand what is going on here. When you play something that was played on a piano with the right hand playing something totally different from the left hand on the keyboard, on the piano, it is known for left hand to focus on the bass that the chord is formed upon, you know, and the bass is normally a 2 to 3 parts, you know, the root, the octave, and maybe the fifth of the chord, or maybe the third, depending on the flavor that you want. So you would play that in the left hand, and the right hand would give you the triad that is formed upon the bass note, and that would provide you with the colorful chord, or you know, whatever that was going to be. Now this classical plays and this left hand, all of that is hard for, you know, the guy that is playing the piano. When Mozart created this song, it was no simple thing that he did. And Alip Bata is doing it on a guitar. Do you know how hard it is to do all of that on a guitar? He's actually using one hand to do what two hand is used to do on a piano. Of course, he's using two hands to play, yes, but what one hand is just to strum. Everything else, the bass and the chords, is done in the right hand. You know, all the triads, all the chord movements, everything is done with the left hand. I told you he has a brain implant, and you guys failed to believe me.
This actually sounds like it's the version off of Class Tab, by the way. This is the first time I've seen Alip on a classical guitar, or as you may know it, a folk guitar or a nylon string guitar. And the main characteristics, we never really talked about the differences of guitars before. The main characteristic of a classical guitar is the strings are made out of nylon. Well, they're actually usually nylon wrapped around a metal core, but you actually have nylon, and the distance between the strings is wider. So the actual neck is wider because the strings are further apart, because it makes it easier for you to get your fingers in there, as opposed to, say, what most people call an acoustic guitar, but they're both acoustic guitars. This is a steel string acoustic guitar because it is a steel core string with steel wrapped around and a much narrower neck. These guitars tend to be louder and brighter, but it's harder to keep separation of your fingers between the strings because of the narrowness of the neck. And in this case, my acoustic steel string has a tapered neck, meaning that it's a little wider here than it is here. It's a little more narrow. Get it. When I'm writing down a la Turca, because I think this, he's only had a couple of songs where like, you have to pick and choose your poison. There's a couple of songs where I'm like, that would be fun to play. But I don't want to lose my life. I don't want to spend like 8 months learning like an Alip song, you know?
Okay. So Alip has very many styles of playing. He plays blues, he plays rock, he plays that flamenco style, which his flamenco style of playing comes from his training on a classical guitar. And I'll show you why. Look at this hand right here. This hand. He's like this. That's what his hand looks like, because he's playing so incredibly fast. So okay, some of the Gary Moore's still got the blues. That's a very hard song to play. And some of his other songs are very difficult. But this is different. This is difficult in a different way. And you know, classical is unlike anything else. Look at his hand.
Very nice. Okay, so what is specifically nice there? The niceness is the volume of his melody and the clarity of his slurs. And in guitar music, we typically call slurs hammer-ons and pull-offs. So the volume of his hammer-ons and pull-offs and the rhythmic evenness of that. Meaning that if he's playing 16th notes, that actually all of the rhythms stay even between his hammer-ons and pull-offs. And he's not over-accenting any other notes. He's keeping the volume nice and balanced. Plus, because it's classical playing, this is a classical tune he's playing, he also has to handle the bass, and he's keeping the bass at a nice volume while he keeps the phrasing of the melody on point.
That is very difficult to play because he's doing chords that are like this. Let me just say this. You always know a great guitarist by if they use their pinky a lot. This guy is a pinky monster.
Now, something that he's doing that's really nice here that I think is oftentimes lost on an audience, because the audience doesn't listen for the same things that we listen to as musicians. So he goes bum bum bum. So if we were just to hold the note out, bum 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 bum. But his bass note is not bum 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 bum. He staccatos the last note. He goes bum 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 bum. But how does he staccato it? It's easy to sing it, bum 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 bum. But if you're playing guitar, how does it happen? And the way he does it is he takes his thumb on his picking hand, on his right hand, and after he plays the note, he resets his finger back on the string and it stops the vibration. Like here, right? I got one hand, so if I want to stop a note, I'm gonna stop it with my thumb. Which is different than. So you stop it by putting your thumb back on. Right? So it's kind of cool that he does that. Listen for it.
Now, this is the part where I would say what the A, B, C, D, F is going on. Let's go back. Let's continue.
Right here. Also, I don't know if this is just a habit of him, but he's looked over to his right. He looked over to his right at the same time in both sections. Watch, right here, I think. Right here. Right here. He looks to his right. He looked to his right in that same exact spot in the first section. It's just funny the habit you see as musicians. The first time he looked over, I thought he was checking on like a kid or a family member. But the fact that he did it at exactly the same point in the music means there's something else going on. There's some other reason he's looking to his right when that measure happens.
What in the world, dude? Hey, you know what? I think it's funny how he's playing, he's checking over his shoulder and like girls are screaming and he's just like, doesn't care. It's really funny. You know what really sucks about my life is everything. Everything.
Oh, it cut off. Well, damn, Alip, I thought you did a really good job. I thought that was really good, and in fact, it's inspired me to want to play the tune. Well, yeah, because it's a really good song. And we always take tricks. We take tricks from each other, and so I don't really want to speak too much on that topic because it's kind of... It's like a magician. We talk about solutions to problems with other magicians, and there's a certain amount of secrets we just don't reveal to non-players. Some guitarists will tell you they don't even know what I'm talking about, but it's true. There's a wizardry to what we do, and some of it's reserved for actual players. So, for example, I have played through this music before, and I noticed some changes that he made. When I'm saying I'm not going to say anything specific that he did. Sorry, just not going to. But I am familiar with this music, this piece by Mozart, and I have played through it myself, and so I can see some changes he made in the music. But what do I know from hearing it? I know that his changes sound really good. So what I can do is go take the score and then take his video and make changes to the score when I'm watching him, and I kind of get the keys to the spell. That's what's up. That's what's up with guitar playing. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 10 times. Not even 20 times. Over 20 times we have watched some great guitar music together, and I hope we get to do this for quite a long time because I have been watching guitar music for, I think, in scientific terms, they call it a shitload of years. And the idea that we're going to get to do this together in the future is blowing my mind open. Blowing my mind open. Anyways, from my house to your house, I wish nothing but the best for you. I hope that you have good dreams and you work hard towards them and the things that, come out well for you. And if you don't have big dreams, then at least I hope that your day-to-day life is pretty good. You know what I mean? I hope that things aren't really bad. You're not suffering where you are. We all take turns suffering in life. That's the cyclical nature of existence. Right now I'm in a good spot. I hope you are in a good spot, and I hope that I will meet you again and that we are both in nice places. From my house to yours, I love y'all. Bye.
Ketika sebuah karya klasik yang telah bertahan selama ratusan tahun bertemu dengan sentuhan fingerstyle khas Alip bata, lahirlah sebuah penampilan yang benar-benar luar biasa. Melalui cover Turkish March, Alip bata menunjukkan bahwa musik klasik tidak pernah kehilangan pesonanya, bahkan dapat terdengar lebih segar dan memukau ketika dimainkan dengan kreativitas dan penghayatan yang mendalam. Terima kasih telah menonton, jangan lupa like, komen, dan subscribe untuk konten-konten musik selanjutnya. Sampai jumpa di video berikutnya.